Hi everybody, it's Julia from Julia K Art Studio, and today I have a little video sharing a journal play session I had in my sketchbook the other day using the colors from the February shop update. So in the update in February we had two colors coming back. That was Hell, which is a black granulating with blue. We also have Loke, which is back, and both of them are inspired by Viking gods. And the three new colors are Rosa, which is a warm pink with shimmer. We have Aster and then Carrara. And Carrara is white with black, sort of marble inspired, and the Aster is a very deep magenta. So I've swatched them out so you can see them here, and then I've just taped off a section in the sketchbook. So what I'm going to start off by doing is choose a background color. I'm going with Rosa, which is this really lovely, warm, pinky, shimmery color. And I'm going to do that all over using a big round brush just to cover the square. And a big thing when you do this kind of thing is use a lot of water, because that will ensure that you will get a nice solid block of color, and that will make it look lot smoother once it's done. Also, when you use masking tape, a tip is to go around the edge around the tape with a paper towel or something to soak up, because if you don't have a good if the tape is not properly put down on the page, the paint can slip under. So that is just a very quick tip if you find that you sometimes get that kind of seepage. So I'm going to just remove the tape here, and I'm working in an Arteza sketchbook, and I do really like it, but the sketchbook does not enjoy working with tape, and there is quite a lot of, the page itself is intact, but I do get quite a lot of, like, you can tell that the fiber are peeling up, and this is on the textured side. So yeah, I do like the Arteza the sketchbook and papers because they are cheap, but I also don't like them in a way, just because I don't find the paper as good of a quality as I would have wished. But it's preference, but just so you know that it does affect the paper when you use tape. So yeah, I'm going to go in and start on the actual page here, and I wanted to do something with flowers. I think flowers is one of those very good things to just like let your mind wander, do something fun, and just to practice brush control, water control, paint to water ratios, and just really fun. So I'm going in with Aster, which is that really nice quinacridone magenta. It's rich, it's vibrant. I have tried to color correct the footage here so you can see the colors. It didn't work out very good. As you can see, the swatches here look a lot better on the side angle, which is shot with my phone. But yeah, we do the best we can. I'm using the Carrara, which is that really fun marble color, to do some leaves. Now the Carrara, of course, named after the Carrara marble. I find that is really fun to use, and it was really fun to make because I wanted to have a black and white, but I find that black and white, or I wanted black and white, I wanted a grey colour, but I do find that grey sometimes look very flat. And what I find with this one is that, I mean, to be honest, this is not like a professional paint in any way, but it's just for fun. But what I find is that depending on where you land, depending on how you swirl the colors, you can sort of change it a bit. You can go in, pick up a little bit more black or pick up a little bit more white and sort of do that. And I just find it really fun. I mean, this is not a color that I've done in a big batch. It's not something I think I will do like have like in stock all the time, but I do find it really fun to work with. I loved doing them and doing these swirls, and I think that you can make some really cool pieces with it. So to get a little bit more depth into the leaves, I'm going in with Hell, which is that granulating color. So that has a blue sort of base with when you lay it down, it has a blue base, and then you get a lot of black granulation. And I think it's really fun dipping that into the leaves and having that spreading out in that very opaque color and getting some different textures. And that is also why I have the pink background square, because you have something that is like, this is very squared off, this is the shape we're working with, but then letting the focus of the page going out. And then because we're working with watercolor that is a transparent medium, you get that sort of layer upon layer, which I think is really fun. So yeah, I mean, this is a journal play. I do it just for fun and to see what's happening, and yeah. So I'm going in with a smaller brush here. I'm using Luke, which is a black and gold color, and using branches, and then going in with Rosa again to add some tiny flowers here. And that is about the focus I have on the page. I mean, I could have gone in with more roses, I could have gone in with bigger flowers, but I sort of felt that on this page I was happy with having that one big and then sort of filling out around it. Now, flowers is something I have painted quite a lot, but I don't feel very confident in it. And I find that sometimes it is, you can be very confident in something even though you haven't painted it a lot, or you can be have painted something a lot and you feel very confident. I feel pretty confident in painting animals, and I have done a lot of flowers, but I honestly don't feel very confident. I feel like I can do a few and I can work with it and I can sort of save it, quote unquote, but I don't feel comfortable. And I think that is why I keep coming back to it again and again and again, because it is something I do want to feel comfortable doing, and it is something that is a skill that I want to be better at. So I just have to practice. And I feel like sometimes it is when you have that kind of thing, like I want to be super confident at drawing elephants, and you draw elephants again and again and again, and it just doesn't happen. It's so easy just to say, screw the elephant, I'm going to draw mountains instead. But I say that a lot. But I do think that it's a strength that coming back to stuff that you want to improve. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking and feeling too much. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going in here adding some smaller flowers with Hell, and here is where I'm feeling like I wanted to have more on the page. I felt like it was a bit too empty. I want a bit more contrast, and the more I do this, the more I feel like it's going south in a very bad way. Typically south for me is pretty good. I mean, it's warmer, more sun anyway. But yeah, it's not going so well. I feel like, looking at it now, I have the same like how trying to like, yes, this will work out, this will be good, and the more I do, I feel like this is not the right direction, this is not going well, I don't like what I'm seeing. I still like the rose, I still like the leaves, I really like how the colors have mixed on the leaves and the texture I've got there, but I don't like the little branches, I don't like the flowers I'm adding in now. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, I should just add in more. It will look better if I have the same element over and over. And I'm trying to save it. And I don't think I do. If I should do this page again, I think that I should have done more of the roses in a bigger design maybe, and different shapes of the flowers. I don't think there is wrong with going in with hell, but I feel like that was too dense of a color, too heavy for what I have here, and maybe chosen a different shape, maybe a looser shape, something with playing more with the contrast, so having more white in the flowers instead of just going in purely with that one, or have used more water, so giving the paint a chance to granulate more. But yeah, as it is now, I am not happy with it, and I'm just trying to quote unquote save it, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, and yeah. But I mean, that is, I think, one of the very good things when you do this kind of stuff, where you film yourself, you edit it together, and then you're sitting down and you go over it, explaining your process. For me, this is very good. Like, why do I don't like it? Why did it happen? How do I come out of it? Do I like the final result? I mean, and hopefully you like it too, and seeing how much I am struggling. Spoiler alert, I'm very happy with the final page. But yeah, so at this point I'm like, okay, adding in some leaves, adding in whatever, and I'm realizing I just need to stop. I can't add in more, it will just look too weird. I need to let this page dry, to leave it alone, come back to it later, just leave it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm leaving it, I'm letting it dry, and then I get the idea. I get the idea to go in with a pen. So I'm going in with this, it's a fountain pen, and I have filled it with grey ink, and I just decide to start scribbling, to doodle, to sort of outline the shapes I have, adding in adding in all of the details that I want to add in, but with this pen. And this is like I said, a fountain pen that I filled with grey ink, and this ink is not waterproof, so this is the last step of the page. Because if I decided to go in later, then this would just smear all over. So, or if you just go in with a pen that you know is waterproof, then you can of course continue on. But I really like the idea of going in with this grey. It will read as black, it's just not as heavy. I don't know. I really like it. And here you can see also in one of the flowers that I did with hell, I added in a little bit of Loki just to get something in the center of it. But yeah, so I'm just going into town here using the pen and scribbling, adding all the details, and I think this is what, in my opinion, what will save the page. Getting all of the details all over, and in the end, when I go back to this page, I'm really happy with it. I really like the concept of having that very strong shape at the center of it, and then letting those very loose organic shapes coming out of it. I like the colors together. I really like the hell and Carrara together in the leaves to get that texture. And yeah, I feel like I learned quite a lot during this process, and for me that is what sketchbooks are all about, to explore new ideas, to test out, like, does it work? If you have this, like, oh, I wonder if I could do a shimmery color as a background with this coming out of it, and then when stuff doesn't go well, what do I do? What is the best thing I can do to save it, quote unquote? Is it possible to change? Is it better just to leave it? Can we make it work? Do we have to use the same medium? What happens if we go in with something else? Or is it better just to cover it up? And I think that it's really good to screw up. And I do that quite a lot. And I feel like sometimes when I have been on a roll, when I feel like I do a few pages in the book and I'm really happy with them, I feel like I almost have to screw up, because that's sort of the good pages, which is really fun to make pages that look good, but it's sort of like, oh gosh, I've made so many good pages in a row. What if the next page doesn't look good? What you know, you get into your mind about these things, and I feel like sometimes it's really good to challenge yourself and almost set yourself up for failure, or something that is very, very much about challenging yourself. I don't know. But yeah, so I gave myself the challenge. I had this vision in my head, and looking at it now, I'm very, very happy with this page. I think it looks really fun, and it's definitely something I want to try again, maybe with a few different colors, but just having that strong shape, having like a shimmery background, that is something I haven't done before. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it, and I'm really happy with myself for giving me permission to fail, and then to push myself to try to save it. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've liked this video, and yeah, if you're interested in getting any of these colors, the shop link is down below. All of the colors, I say hesitantly, are still in stock, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and come back on Saturday for a new vlog.